Hello everybody, I'm Anthony, Rockers Living Yellow Submarine, and today is day 15 of 30 Day Song Challenge, and yes, this is definitely day 15. In the other video I meant to say day 14, but this is day 15. And this one is going to be a song, oh excuse me, this one is going to be a song from a movie, a song or I'm going to put it in the title to make it easier, but this one is titled A Song from a Movie Soundtrack. I know my subscribers went to my social media and know that I talked about like some bands that they were on that movie soundtrack. I've done that before, but this one is different. This one I choose One Step Closer by Linkin Park in the movie Dracula 2000, which personally, if you're gonna be in the comments saying like, did you see that film or did you even want to watch the film in the first place? Well, for the music, meh. But for the movies as an overall movie, well, I mean, I personally, I don't really care about that movie Dracula 2000. I don't even think I'm gonna watch it later on in the future. Well, I mean, maybe depends on the time that I get. But the reason why I choose One Step Closer by Linkin Park, and personally, oh yes, come on, kill me in the comments down below. But this is a way better song they chose from this band than the Transformers One movie. Oh come on, it really is. Come on. Now, don't get me wrong. What I've done song was trash. Even when I first heard it, I've always thought it was trash. Mostly because the way that, especially Chester, didn't really have did it like. Firstly, Chester didn't. I mean, Chester Bennington. I wish he could have had more of, because I wanted all from this band. Because what I mean is like I wish Chester Bennington could have at least have some screams there now. But I mean, I'm not. I don't. I'm cause especially hearing the What I've Done song. I didn't even want to check out that album at all, which forced me in the comments down below. Go ahead and put you wanna suggest the songs from that album that are better. Go ahead, because I'm gonna tell you no, but go ahead, do it. But this personally is a way better choice to put in the movie credits, because they put that song in the Transformers One movie was a terrible choice. I mean, I don't. Well, I kind of blamed them from doing it because Michael Bay, I believe it was Michael Bay, he asked them to do the music soundtrack, which they did. They did, but that would have been, I mean, that could have been great if they actually if they stayed track of their success and what the fans wanted. They could have been awesome. And I would have been more impressed of the credits as Dracula 2000. Now, don't get me wrong, I never seen Dracula 2000, which I'm not going to watch that movie entirely. I look at the reviews, which I kind of actually agree on what they're saying, especially from the name, Dracula 2000. I was like, yeah, it is going to be one of those 2000 films that's going to be trying to be modernized as a Dracula movie. But, I mean, not that I have hatred. It depends on how you make them, too. But I will say, there's a couple of movies out there that calls it, like, Blues Brothers 2000. They put 2000 in the title, which was, I guess, because it was closing of that century and it starts to go to the new century, which I was born of one of the new centuries. That's right. I was born in 20th century. That's right. But yeah, this song, One Step Closer, arguably my favorite song on this on Hybrid Theory. I will argue all day why. First of all, I love the reason why I love One Step Closer is the intro riff sounds really good. I love that tone and that sound of it. And not to mention Chester Bennington singing. This is one of the songs from Linkin Park that they don't have a rapping in it, if I remember correctly. There's no rapping in this song. There's just Chester Bennington singing. But I much prefer this more. This is one of the Linkin Park songs I prefer live, because I wish. If you heard this song on the album, suggest you to listen to the live version, because it's way better personally. And I will say, my favorite part of the song is not only the live version, but it's the bridge right there where he says, "Shut up when I'm talking to you! Shut up!" Like, that's the best part of the song. I don't care what anyone says. If you don't find that awesome, I highly doubt that you're a human. But this song is definitely, not only is one of my favorite songs on Hybrid Theory, but man, Hybrid Theory is such an awesome album. And a really good one. Even though, yes, come on, harass me in the comments for saying like, oh, I love this album so much because it's from new metal, but new metal is not my favorite genre of metal music. My favorite subgenres of metal music mostly is heavy and thrash metal music. And I don't like new metal. I already said this 1,000 times, so I'm going to say it the last time. But the reason why I hate new metal so much is because it features more rapping and more on rap or hip hop elements of it, with having DJs rapping and have no guitar solos, which is the biggest letdown for true or bigger metal fans. I'm not saying you have to be a true I'm not saying you have to be a metalhead in order to like heavy metal and thrash metal, but if you, I mean, for liking a certain subgenres, and if you're saying, and oh, shut up in the comments for saying, oh, heavy metal and thrash metal are so loud and they have so much loud guitar solos. Go f off. This, I will say, new metal is not the worst genre of metal, but it's lower there. But I will say, One Step Closer, arguably one of my favorite songs on that album, mostly because I love that power and that intense, like, passionate vocals of Chester, of his, not only his singing and the melodies in the verses, but in the chorus where he gets the angst or aggressive vocals. I love it. Well, not to mention his yells or his screaming intensity in the bridge right there is the best part. I don't care what anyone says. If you don't find that awesome, then what are you doing with your life? So if out of 10, I would personally will rank this 10 out of 10 from this album. Just like on this album, I ranked it 10 out of 10. Because this album is a classic album. And definitely one of my favorite nu metal albums. I know, yes, come on, throw all your hatred in the comments and say that, oh, they're not a nu metal band. Well, you have to say, I mean, if you're talking about the early catalogs, yeah, they were aiming towards nu metal because they're basically one of those copycat of trends, because they basically they follow trends, and then when you follow trends, you lose all the true bigger fans, and then they're gonna start riots or protests against you, which that didn't happen. I mean, I'm actually not too surprised that happened. Well, I mean, I don't want it to happen, but I'm so glad it didn't happen. Honestly, I don't even want to imagine what it's like. But not only that, Dracula 2000 features songs and bands that I really, bands that I'm familiar with. One is Disturbed. System Above and Down, they did a cover of Dimitro, I believe. I forgot who did the original. I'm going to put it in the text. I'm going to put it in the text so I can look it up, because I got the name, but I forgot what the band's name was. And it also had Pantera, one of everybody's favorite metal band, arguably. And it's Avoid the Lights. And this song wasn't on the last album they made from Pantera, which was Reinventing the Steel. And I've talked about Reinventing the Steel, how much I do actually enjoy that album time to time, and I haven't listened to it. It's not a go-to for me, but I don't hate it. I do actually love this album. Even though it's a little more melody focused, if you will, it actually still had the sound of not just like the 90s or early 2000s, but it had the sound of groove metal right there. But one band I despise and the song I hate too is Saliva. I wish I was joking. That's the band's name. I'm not even joking. That's the real name. Saliva, which is a song called Your Disease. As always found Saliva, hate the vocals from Josie Scott. I know in the comments, but he collaborated with Chad Kroeger from Nickelback to do the song Hero from Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 1. Yeah, go F yourself for saying some positive garbage stuff. If you're saying like, oh, he collaborated with Nickelback on the song Hero, so it's gotta be better than his band. Well, honestly, I don't care about him. I don't care about Nickelback either, so I'm not gonna tell you about what I think about it. So, saying, oh, the Hero song is good, like, come on. Like, people are saying, like, they say, oh, the song is great, it's so good, it's one of the best songs on the movie soundtracks. Like, come the freak off. Really? It's like, oh, because it's a soft acoustic rock. Yeah, it's soft and acoustic rock. And they play elementary, annoyingly kids version trying to sing it. Like, it's like, basically like Kids Bop trying to make a mockery of the subgenre of post-grunge. That's pretty much how it feels. Except for minus the kids, but adults. Calling it adult bop right there. But again, I think my favorite song, there's other songs I actually do enjoy from the soundtracks. One is there's also from Scream 3, the album. I've already talked about it a couple times. System of a Down Spiders, I'm actually glad they put that on that album because I mean I'm a sucker for loving System of a Down. System of a Down, I consider it a way better new metal band than Linkin Park. Yeah, kill me in the comments down below. I don't care. What else is new on the world that's happening today? And I will say, Incubus's Crowded Elevator is actually a pretty good song, but I personally would go with Spiders because it had more of a thrash metal sound. But Incubus Crowded Elevator had more of a post-grunge sound, which post-grunge is not my typical thing. And writing the post-grunge is typically very boring, personally, because it's basically one of those because post-grunge is a rival, it's basically a rival of grunge genre, but just makes it even trash. Personally, I don't even think I even like a single band from post grunge or even grunge. I mean, not grunge, but post grunge. The only band I actually do enjoy is Foo Fighters. Personally, Foo Fighters is one of my favorite bands from grunge. And I mean, because I will talk about this all day about my like bands or like songs or even movie soundtracks, but I'm just gonna be keeping it short. So I choose Linkin Park's One Step Closer because not only because I love the song, not only because I love the raw and edgy side of Linkin Park way more than their newer ones. And to be fair, I actually kind of, you know what? I don't know, because I actually have a hard choice of ranking, like, what is my favorite album from Linkin Park. And I probably might have to go with Hybrid Theory, personally, because this personally has more of a raw sound, personally. For Linkin Park, this had more of a raw and edgy sound. And Meteora did have a little bit of like the edginess to it, but it had a little not too raw. But it does have some moments with raw sounds. But I think Hybrid Theory has more raw sound personally. Yeah, but personally I would choose Hybrid Theory for now. It could be changed time to time. So when I say I choose this over Meteora, don't get me wrong. I love Meteora. That's one of my favorite albums from Linkin Park, and actually the only good albums I actually enjoyed from them. And speaking of some of it, and just laying out the last negativity about this band, I'm going to be making a top 5, or top 4, or top 5, whatever it comes. Top 4 bands I hate for selling out. So keep on a lookout because I'm going to make that video soon. And that's all I had to say. Let me know in the comments, down below. Or do you agree with this list? Do you agree with this video? I almost kind of sound like Watch Mojo at this moment. But do you agree with what I said? But if you don't agree with me, tell me about it in the comments. But if you disagree, then what is your favorite song on the movie soundtrack? Even though some movies, even like movies back then used to be like, even though I will say movies, not only I love movies because of sake of movies, they actually could have some really good music in it in movies too. Like System of a Down has Spiders in the Scream 3. I mean, it wasn't made for that movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sevendust, they made a song Fall for the film Scream 3, which was actually pretty good, even though I would have honestly cut down the minute of that song because it was repeating the same garbage trash over and over again. That's pretty much what Sevendust does. And yes, I've made a video of why I hate Sevendust. And I didn't have too much about like what I was trying to say. Because the last time I didn't really have too much to discuss because I was on a rush of making that video. But Sevendust, I will say the last time I'm going to say this about them is like, they have some moments that they were like, okay, this is going somewhere. This is actually sounds pretty good. But later on, it just slaps you in the face with the overly repetitive, like the overuse of the repetitiveness. Not only because like their sounds so freaking outdated for the most part, but the most part I can't stand is like they have some awesome like grooves in their song writing, but then suddenly they repeat the same lyrics over and over and over again. It gets annoying. You could have honestly make this an instrumental part. Come on, like I mean, instrumental is a thing. Like come on, even Beethoven had some instrumental sounds, and even Mozart, George Bizet, and even so many other musicians that are way 100 years ago in the, you could basically call it the orchestra era, if you will. I mean the classical era, if you will. They actually were more about the music, but this one, I feel that this was basically Personally, I always thought Seven Dust were pretty much one of those, cause like for music like pop these days on the radio, I feel Seven Dust follows that trend pretty much. I mean, not following trends. I mean, I'm saying like the standards that pop does. I feel Seven Dust is onto that territory where they're basically the pop rock band because they're doing the popular side of that genre or post grunge more specifically. But let me know. Let me know in the comments down below what song from a movie soundtrack you actually enjoy. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be metal focused, but you can go ahead and put some metal focus. You go ahead and do so because my channel is all about. Well, it's not all about metal, but for the most part, it is. But the song I put One Step Closer from Linkin Park, and I love that song. I mean, no duh. I'm super late biased in favor of the song too. And like, if you guys and girls enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe, tap the bell for notifications to go directly to that video because YouTube has been having problems too. So I mean, I don't think YouTube had a lot of problems lately than back then. I mean, it probably does, which I don't follow what's going on. I mean, well, actually, I can't. I do time to time, but not a lot because I mean, I honestly don't really care much. I just make videos for you, not only just metalheads, but for people out there who, not only that, for younger ages. And I make videos for not just like about like what I do, but I make videos to something that I actually enjoyed and something you can relate to. And yeah, for what I honestly, when I talk about bands I dislike and what I loved about them, I am speaking those facts to the peoples who do not speak because they are afraid that they can get hurt or get killed for saying the simple things about a band without letting them explain. So I'm like, again, I'm a heavy thrash metalhead, and my social media are in the description, Instagram, Facebook. Follow me there, and I will see you in the next video. Change the world. Peace and love. And also, keep headbanging. Yeah. Keep it headbanging with these two. Well, well, except for, I would personally choose, well, I don't really, I honestly don't care at this point, like, which one should I choose over Linkin Park or Pantera. I mean, it depends on the tier list. If you're talking about the influence, Linkin Park has some pretty influence. Well, I mean, not that much. Well, I mean, I don't think they both even have influence personally. But I don't care. I don't know, but I don't care. But keep it metal. Yeah.